Hey everyone, so for today's video, I just wanted to jump on here and give you guys a quick review as well as a demo comparing these two products. So I have the Nudies Matte here, and I'm going to be comparing it to the Nudies Bloom. This is a new product from Nudestix. I do feel like they are pretty different, not even necessarily just in the finishes. So in today's video, I'm going to give you the entire lowdown. If the video does end up being helpful, definitely make sure to give this video a thumbs up. That way I know it's helpful, and also I hope you'll subscribe, check out some of my other videos and some of the ones coming up. And with all of that, we will jump right in. So I first started trying out the Nudies Matte, and I have the shade Sunkissed here. I also have the shade Bondi Bay, the true bronzer shade, and I did an entire video about that, comparing that to the Milk Makeup matte bronzer. I'll leave that link down below in case you're interested in a cream bronzer. But for the blush, this Sunkissed shade is one of the new, I believe, limited edition shades, and this is really a beautiful, beautiful shade. I will insert swatches because I do feel like it is a perfect sun-kissed look. It gives you that little burnt cheek look that I really, really love for the summer. Both of these products retail for $32. You get 0.25 ounces with both of them, so there is no price discrepancy between the two. That being said, I do feel like the pigmentation and how much product you need to get the color payoff that you want is where you will see that there is a little bit of a price difference if you look at it that way. If you're using less product and you get more payoff, it ends up being a little bit of a cheaper product. As for the packaging between both of these products is exactly the same. They both come with this little brush that no one ever uses on the end, and it's, again, both a twist up tube. So for the Nudies Matte, the formula is really, really pretty, and this is the formula I think most of us are familiar with. This has a really pigmented, even, beautiful creamy formula, and one thing that I really like about the Nudies Matte formula is it has very great pigmentation, but the blend isn't choppy, and that's something that I do feel like is very difficult to do when you have a matte cream product. I am often reminded of like super waxy cream contours that were super popular a few years ago, and just how choppy and unnatural the makeup ended up looking on the skin. It really truly ended up looking like stage makeup. This is great, and this formula is great because it really blends into the skin very, very well. You can tell just on my hand, it's almost like a stain. That's one thing that I really love about the Nudies Matte, is that it gives you that sort of stained look on your cheeks that isn't really apparent as a lot of makeup. I'm wearing it on this side today, and I do have highlight on, so I do want to mention that, but I love that it gives such a pretty wash of color while also being matte. So the pigmentation that you get with the product, you get a lot of pigmentation, but the matte finish and how natural it ends up actually performing and looking on the skin is really great. The product in general is also quite long wearing. I wouldn't say it's as long wearing as a matte powder blush, but for a cream product, I think the longevity is really, really great. I do want to quickly jump into the demo so you can see how it actually applied to the skin. Again, I'm wearing the shade Sunkissed, and as you can see, it has that matte finish, but it's not a complete powder matte finish. It just is matte on the skin. There's no visible shimmer whatsoever. It does take a little bit more effort than a typical dewy blush or cream blush might to blend in, but when it does, it is such a pretty stained effect, and I really just enjoy the way that it looks on my skin. It's great if you have texture, if you have oily skin but you like using cream products. So in general, I would recommend this product for those of you with oily skin, with texture issues. If you like a little bit more of a stained look to your skin, like I've been mentioning, I think the product really works amazing for that. Now, getting into the new Nudies Bloom. This is their all over dewy color, and I was so excited to try this because though I like the Nudies Matte, I was really interested in seeing how they could do a dewy formula and how it would end up wearing. So again, same price as the matte version, and I have the shade Sweet Peach Peony, and I'm wearing it on this side of my face today, and in general, the formula is similar in a lot of ways. I do feel like it is pigmented. It's not as pigmented though. I do feel like the matte version is a little bit more pigmented. But in general, it goes onto the skin very evenly, like I mentioned before with the Nudies matte. It never feels like the product is skipping over the skin. It is a very even and easy blend. This is even easier to blend than the matte version. And in general, it's going to be a little bit more easy when you have that emollients to blend anything out. So I don't even knock either of the formulas for that. It's just kind of the way it is. It's kind of the name of the game. I don't know if you can tell even just on my skin how just a little bit more stained that looks, and how this gives a little bit more of a fresh, dewy effect. I really enjoy the way that this looks on my cheeks. It gives them just a little bit more suppleness, a little bit more brightness. In the spring and summer, I feel like we all kind of want that dewy look to our cheeks, something that looks very fresh. I want to jump into the demo so you can see how it actually applies to the skin. Again, you can see the blend is very, very easy with this product. And though it has pigment, it's not getting choppy, and it's really blending very evenly onto the skin. This isn't going to exaggerate any textural issues that you have, but keep in mind that this is a more dewy product. So if you have like one clogged pore, with any more dewy product, a lot of light is being reflected back because of the finish. With any dewy product, that's just something to keep in mind. I don't think that's necessarily unique to this product in particular. Overall, I think it's really pretty, but something that is really interesting to me, and something that I've noticed as I was using these two products, is that this to me isn't, the Nudestix Bloom isn't necessarily a unique formula. You can find this formula or just as good in other places. If you want me to do an entire video about my favorite cream blushes, I am more than happy to do that, because I've been talking a lot about cream blushes lately and cream products in general. So I'm not going to stay here for too long, but I do feel like there are others out there on the market. For the wear time, I didn't mention, this one does wear a little bit less than the matte. The matte definitely wears a little bit longer for me. So in general, I feel like if you really love a dewy, fresh look to your cheeks, if you're looking for a product with really nice colors for spring, I do think that this is a good option. But in general, if I'm being honest, and if I had to recommend one over the other, I'm gonna kind of like pull a switcheroo on you guys, because I think a lot of you probably thought that I would prefer the dewy version just because I have dry skin and that's typically what I go for. I actually prefer the Nudies matte, and I prefer the Nudies matte again because the formula to me is a little bit more unique, and I like that it gives me that sort of stained, effortless look on my cheeks. It lasts a little bit longer, so if I'm paying for a more expensive cream product, I do want it to kind of stay on my cheeks a little bit longer. This definitely does. And I just think that the formula in general, for being so thin, not waxy at all, pigmented, not choppy, I think all of these things in combination make the Nudies matte a really unique product on the market in general. So if you guys have any other questions about these products, just leave me a comment down below. I'm really happy to help. If the video was helpful, definitely make sure to give this video a thumbs up. That way I know I'm being helpful. And of course, I hope you'll subscribe, and I will hopefully see you in my next video.